Okay, we're going to move on to presentations. With all the road work that has been done this summer, we thought it would be beneficial to invite Matthew Rose from PSE&G to give us an update on what work they're doing, what has been done, what is left to do, and what projects are on the horizon. So I'd like to thank Matthew for joining us tonight. Oh, there you are. I was like, he is here, right? Thank you, Matthew, for coming tonight.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
Thank you to the mayor and council for inviting us to be here. It's very important to PSE&G to be good partners with the communities that we do work in. So we enjoy doing events like this where we get to come out and kind of go through some of the infrastructure upgrade programs we're doing. For those of you who I haven't had the opportunity to meet yet, my name is Matt Rose. I'm the Regional Public Affairs Manager at PSE&G, who covers Union and Somerset County. I just started in this role this summer, but I've been at PSE&G for the past 7 years. I've had the opportunity to meet some of you. For those who I'm meeting tonight, I look forward to working with you. I know we've always had a very positive relationship with the City of Summit, and I look forward to continuing that and making sure that we're a good partner within the community. As I'm sure most of you are aware, we're in the process of doing some gas work, upgrading aging gas infrastructure, both in the City of Summit and throughout the state. Our gas system modernization program was recently given an extension and renewed. So we have some work that we're doing in the City of Summit currently and some work that's planned in the upcoming fall and next year. I'm going to turn it over to our project team in a couple seconds so they could talk a little bit about that work in more detail. But since 2014, through this gas system modernization program and through other programs that are similar, we've replaced over 1,800 miles of gas main throughout the state, including in the City of Summit. This has resulted in a reduction in leaks, a reduction in methane emissions, and enhanced safety and reliability to help us keep up with demand and meet future needs. So with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to our project team, to Sweta, our project manager, and Eric, our construction supervisor, to give an update on the work. And then afterwards, we'll give an update on some of our communication and how we keep the residents informed of the work that's going on in the area. Thank you.
Thank you.
There's a little clicker on the podium for you to advance the slides for you.
I'm Eric Adams, ADAMS, Senior Supervisor of Gas Construction. So we identified in 2024, 13.3 miles of replacement and 600 replacement services. In 2025, we identified 11.6 miles. Oh, you gotta click it. 11.6 miles of gas main replacement and 950 services. And like Matt said, the benefit of this is to reduce leaks, reduce methane, cost savings, allowing people to upgrade their appliances, affording you to get a generator, going from low pressure to high pressure. And the relocating of the meters is improved emergency access, just in case if the first responders need to respond to your house, they could turn the gas off from the outside. So right now, we have a map, SU 625, and if you could turn to the street list. We're not currently working in there right now because we're waiting on one road, Butler Parkway. No, I don't need that. Butler Parkway. Everything else on that map is done. Only thing that's left is Butler Parkway, so all the other streets are done and we're ready for paving. Right now, 702, we're in 702. We have 3 crews working in there. I have a crew on Beekman Road. We also identified the school on Beekman Road. I have a crew also working on Oakley Ave, Warwick Road, and we also identified the school on Valley Avenue off of Blackburn. So what we do with that, we work with PD closely. We adjust our times accordingly. So if we need to let the school travel, we can. We start from 9 to 2. We get off the road, we get back on the road. What else we got here? We got 3 crews in here on this map. And then we also identified 703. 703, this map has not yet started, but we're looking to do this. If you can go to the street list on this map here. All these streets we're looking to start sometime later this year, like October. It'll take us into 2025. The next slide. 716, this has also been identified for Summit and this is gonna start in 2025, take us into 2026.
Can you just blow those street lists up? I can't, if we could just go back to 703. Sorry. I wasn't sure where that street list started for 703.
703 is.
Yeah. So that starts with Gerard? Okay.
Yeah.
I have it on my computer, I just wasn't sure where you're at.
And Clerk Licatice, this will go out in the notes for
Will
people.
be included in the minutes.
Yeah,
The
okay.
minutes will show it.
If anybody needs, I have a paper copy if anybody would like it as well.
You need one now?
Thank you.
We can also put this on the website if you wish.
Oh, yeah, that would be wonderful. We'll put it on the website.
Over here.
All the council persons with glasses.
Oh, that's fine.
They got electronic. I'm waiting for you. 703.
Yes. Got it. Okay, just want to make sure we're at, sorry. Thank you.
Go ahead. Yeah, we're good.
That's it?
That's it.
Oh, all right.
Can I ask questions?
Oh, well, after they're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you ask your question.
Okay, sure.
I can't see the grid, so is red, so if we go back to the first one, is blue all complete?
No. 703 has not yet
Sorry,
started.
but I'm sorry, even if you go back to 625, blue's all done.
625. No, so the colors to the map doesn't mean anything to you. That's just letting me know what type of program or what type of pipe we're going to be installing in that area.
Okay,
Has to do with our
So-
internals.
So the
Okay.
Butler Parkway is the only thing left on 625 to be done.
got it.
And then
Okay.
we need to do the final restoration of the road.
Matthew, do you want to come sit at the table so then you have a, yeah, and then you also have a microphone. So pull the microphone up if you want to weigh in too. Okay.
You can sit, if you want to sit down as well. That
Oh,
way
yeah,
you're
yeah,
not standing.
Yeah, come. Yeah, have a seat. And then just pull the microphone close if you speak. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. All right. Councilman
And then
Hammond.
we could go into the outreach piece. So with the outreach, before we kick off anything, we do the communications, we do doorknob, we do door hanging, we do rolly calls, we do mailers. We also come with a 1-800 number on there that you can call anytime, and someone will call you back within 24 hours. Also, inside this, sweater, you put our names, right?
Yeah, at the beginning of the presentation.
Also, you got a number that you can call is 908-279-3217.
Can you
That's my
repeat that?
number.
Okay,
908
Yeah. 908
279
279
3217.
3217. Wonderful. Actually, you were helpful with one of our other residents who, on Blackburn Road.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you for calling her.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that.
Nope.
Okay.
So this line is only for if you want to talk about the project. If you have a gas leak or anything, please do not call this line. You need to call the 1-800 gas leak line.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
Or
this is
911.
only for the project,
Or 911.
or 911.
Okay. Okay.
And if you flip through the outreach piece, you can show them like what they could be looking for before we kick off the program. Nope, back. Back one more. There we go. These are the handouts that we give before
Okay.
we start the program.
Wonderful,
All
okay.
right.
Well, I know you guys, you came and knocked on my door, so I knew that you guys were in the neighborhood, so,
Okay.
thank you.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
for your work. And you're actually installing individual lines in some cases, too.
Yes, so all our work is between the curb and sidewalk, right? So we gotta install the main, that's usually in the roadway, and then we have to go to every house to connect it to the new main.
Okay. Okay.
Can you,
Council.
hi, I'm Greg.
Okay.
Council, this is Councilman Vartan.
Thank you for coming. Can you talk about timeline? So I think, if I remember from when we had this conversation last year, you dig the trench, you do the work there, you do a cold patch over that, that's there for some amount of time, and then
So
it's
we'll leave-
paved over, right?
Yes.
So what's the time frame from start to finish on that whole thing?
So start to finish, so we'll start a project, and usually after we're done with all the services, we install the main, we replace the services, we retire the old main. We leave the trench at least 90 days to settlement. So once it settles, then we pave.
Okay.
So all our roads. will be-
Restoration on your property could be a little bit different. So if we've disturbed your grass or something like that, we can have that done a lot quicker.
Okay, okay. And I'm sorry, the
Council
list of,
President?
oh, yep, go ahead,
Oh,
Councilman.
So, in regards to the paving, I know some of these streets may have been recently paved. And I know in Morris Ave in particular, and it may not be PSE&G, it may be JCP&L, one of the acronyms, right? There's like a strip that is down the roadway, right? So when you dig up and to put a pipe in, do you pave the entire surface, or is there a different grade of elevation that you leave? Like, do you leave it in the same condition that it's in?
Yes.
Okay, so
We
you
leave
do
it in
the
the same.
whole surface, not just?
Not all streets.
Okay, can you-
So once we're done with the project, then we sit down with the town, and then we come up with the limits on what we're gonna pave. So sometimes the paver could be curb to center line, or sometimes the paver could be curb to curb.
Okay.
But the
Alright, so-
the limits vary.
So you sit down with our city engineer, and you'll decide, like, how the street is gonna look after you're done? Okay, all right. I know some of the residents have a concern that, these roads listen, I know you have to put the pipe in. But I know the concern is that these roads are consistently being ripped up, and then they're repaved, but they're not in the same condition that they were left in. And so that's just a concern, maybe something that, you can think about.
Where at on Morris Ave?
So that would be Morris Avenue, and I want to say, is that
Near Orchard.
Orchard?
Kent Place.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all over. It's like different spots.
Oh,
all
that's
over
the county
town.
road that you're talking about, right? The Morris
Yeah,
Ave?
so we could
All right.
blame it on the county. Is that
No,
what it
we
is?
worked on
Okay.
it together.
I got you. All right.
I'll take a little bit.
There's no one from the county here, you can say what you want.
All right, that's just a little.
I know, it's
That's
actually
just a
four.
takeaway that I have.
All right, no problem.
Can I ask one more?
Yeah.
Sorry. How do you decide, I know some work goes on at night, some work goes on during the day. How do you decide which is which?
So it's usually determined by the permit.
Okay,
So the permit will let us know what we need to do.
okay.
But we usually don't do any work at night.
Oh,
That's usually the water company or somebody
Oh.
like that.
okay.
So to your point, Greg, if you got a permit to work in the summer, then that would, right? We just got to do a summer program, right? Is that-
You want this done,
Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good question. So what Councilman Vartan was asking is how do you prioritize? And I think, I don't want to take words out of your mouth, but how do you prioritize the streets? And the other thing that stuck out for me tonight was you said you identified a school. We can give you all that information. In fact, we have a superintendent of schools who was chasing down a PSE&G truck the other day, trying to figure out what was going on. So I think it might be helpful if we can coordinate a meeting with our superintendent.
Okay.
Because right now, the areas that you're doing specifically on Blackburn and Beekman Terrace are literally on top of schools on the first week of school. So how could we have facilitated a better timeline to do this during the summer around the schools?
Well, I could have started, the project didn't start until like right before school, like maybe a month ago. So if we would have got in here a little bit early before, like after June, we could have been out of the area.
But if
by
we said
school.
to you, we really want this done by July 15th, could you have done that, or was that totally not even possible?
It's not possible.
Is the reason because
because,
you were
like-
doing other streets in Summit?
No,
or-
because now you have someone home, someone's on vacation, so we got to work around everyone's schedule to
Okay.
actually get the work done. So I can install the main,
Got
I
it.
can do all
That
that
was my
work,
question.
but I can't connect you if you're not home.
But if I'm not home, does it matter?
Say it again?
If I'm not home, does it matter? Do you have to have all the streets connected by the time you're done?
No, so I have to do it in phases. So I have to identify where can I get the pressure.
Okay,
So once I get the pressure, I look at it, and then I can go in that direction only.
okay.
In
That's
order to
helpful.
connect your house for a service, you need to be home.
Okay, that's helpful. Is division done or not done? I mean, if you don't know now, but I feel like we just did that road project, so I see it on here.
There's no work
702.
there's no work on division.
Ever, for the next 5 years?
No,
Okay,
no work on division.
that's all I wanted to know.
Can we have that in writing?
That's-
Yeah, so I was gonna say, there's two projects. You have the main, and then you have the individual homes. And Blackburn Road got torn up for the main, but I noticed then you had to go back
Yes.
to a couple of the individual homes in order to open that road back up.
Yes.
And, but it was because they weren't home, you had to schedule that with the homeowners, right?
So I can install the main, no problem, without the homeowners being home.
Right,
It's only when I need to do the service connections, everyone that's the owner.
right.
And for all the streets, we have to go around customer availability, making sure that we schedule with the individual customers, because we are working on their property. We want them to be aware of what we're doing. They need to be home to allow us access, because most of the meters are inside and we're moving them from inside to outside. And then afterwards, we do retire the older system. So people need to be on the newer system before we take the older system out of service.
Got it. Okay. Any other council members, questions? No? Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was easy. All right. All right. Okay. Thank you for your time. Get home safe. And we're on to reports. Mayor. Oh. Not normally. Yeah, you can, yeah, come back up. Come back up.
Yeah, Don Nelson.
No, Don, no. That's okay.
You think I'd know better by now, right? Don Nelson, 20 Plain Street. I know there's some talk about some work being done on Canoe Brook. Do you guys coordinate with the city prior to that work being done? Is there work being done on Butler Parkway? Isn't there a grant or something for Butler Parkway or Canoe Brook that we can coordinate with you, that the city can coordinate with you guys? So we're not doing the work Tuesday and then you're digging it up Wednesday, or you're working Wednesday and we're digging it up Thursday, so we can coordinate that work together?
Yes.
Do you guys work together that way?
Yeah, we do work with the city with that.
Yeah.
It's important.
Director Schrager, do you want to say anything about that?
Through you, Council President, I could just clarify the grant is for Canoe Brook Parkway. And then they do have a request to do something on Butler Parkway, which we have not approved because it is in the moratorium, but we're working with them, because if there is a way to restore it to a condition we'd be happy with, and to not then halt this whole project, would be better. So we'll be having that call shortly, but otherwise, yes, we give them the roads that we're doing in the next few years annually, and they send us when they can. I mean, it does not always line up the way we would like it, but yes, ideally, we always want them in before we do our work, so.
All right, thank you. Yep, come on.
Just go here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Hi, Stacy Allen, Plymouth Road. My question is really about, I think it's pertaining to what Councilman Boyer asked, where the road has been paved recently, and it's nice and clean, and then it gets torn up, and there's like a hump on the road. So when you drive down the road, your car is rattling a lot. I was driving down Watchung Avenue in Chatham, right to Summit, where the new Ivy building is. And that road is like, half the road is repaved.
That
So
road
it's,
that road is not finished yet. It's not totally done.
oh, well, it was really nice because it was smooth when you drive compared to a big bump in the middle of the road.
I can like that. I can leave it.
Well, I have to say, the fact that it was where your tires are, or both your tires are, made it much smoother. So I think everybody wants smooth roads.
Yes, we want everyone to have smooth roads.
So when we have a nicely paved road and then you guys have to replace the pipes, then there's a big hump in the road and then it's really bumpy again. So I'm just asking, is there another, I know nothing about roads, I'm sorry to stick my nose in this, but I'm asking because you're here. It seems like maybe there's another solution so that it can be made smooth again?
Yes. So you're talking about final restoration or before restoration?
I don't know. The hump seems to last a pretty long time. I'm just gonna call it the hump.
Yeah, I'm going to jump
Is
in
that
really
what you're
quick. I
referring
think
to,
she's referring to the
Councilman Boyer?
Yeah, that's
trench.
what I'm
The trench.
The trench.
But is it a trench and then it has pavement, it has macadam over it?
Do they, when you do a trench and you replace a main and then you cover it up, is it generally,
It should be flat.
it should be flat?
Yes. So
Okay,
if you
what
have
would-
a hump or something like that, then you need to call that number and call me.
Okay.
But you shouldn't
It's
have
all
any
of
humps.
Morris
It should be flat.
It's all of
It should be
East
flat.
Summit,
Okay.
Morris Avenue right now.
I know, we're working on that. That's getting ready to
Okay,
be
so
final paved.
specifically that road you're
Yes.
saying will be worked on
Yes.
still? Okay, that's my question, thank you.
Okay.
So-
Any other questions?
So
No, I
just-
want to give everybody the opportunity.
Yeah, just to be clear on what Mrs. Allen was talking about, and I think maybe we could kind of clear this up for the public, right? So I know you talked about it, there's a couple of stages, right? So the final restoration is where the plate will be taken out, the road would be completely even,
So the final restoration is when we call that, is like when they come in, they mill a road 2 inches and replace the blacktop.
Yeah.
They mill the road and then they repave it. That's final restoration. So the restoration you see now, once the trench is there and the services are done, that's temp.
And that's 90 days, and then
Yes, minimum of 90 days.
minimal, okay. And if any residents have an issue and it's there for 180 days, they should call you, right?
should call
And
me.
then- Okay.
The 908-279-3217.
And that's Eric Adams.
Thank you
with
for
a
your
C.
presentation. Thank you for coming here. Appreciate
Just
it.
kind of to add to the 90-day thing, it also depends on the time of year, because obviously all paving's weather dependent. So if we do finish in November, we may not be able to come back and pave until the spring. So just wanted to make sure everybody's mindful that we do have roads that sometimes can sit a little bit longer as we get them on the paving schedule, because coming back in the spring, we have to go through everything that was completed in the winter and get it scheduled to be paved. So there are sometimes there's a little bit of a variability in those timelines.
So, but Matt is saying November is like the threshold, like when the weather stops, you can't pave when it's freezing outside. So if it's in November, December, we won't pave until the weather breaks.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't help it because I'm a runner and I I see this stuff all the time. What about the debris? Is there any way to, I know it has to sit for a period of time, 3 months, but what about the debris?
Should be
Would it
there.
be possible to come by and remove the debris that builds up from these trenches?
Yes. Yeah, we maintain the trench. So we just don't leave it like all winter.
Okay.
We maintain the trench, so we could take care of that.
So
That's no
again, if
problem.
there are areas where there's a lot of debris, rocks,
Yes.
different things, we just give you a call and,
We'll
okay, thank
get
you.
someone out there.
Get ready for your phone to start ringing.
Got it. And Morris
it?
Avenue in front of the rec center? Okay. Morris Avenue in front of the rec center seems unfinished for about a year now. So the rec center, it's
100 Morris Ave.
100 Morris Avenue, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that road is gonna be done this month.
Oh, okay.
So that road is being half paved by the county, and the other half is gonna be paved by us. So as soon as they do their piece, then we'll do ours.
Perfect. Boy,
Let's just give them the money and just
Yeah.
let them do all of it? So it's
Yeah.
nice and even?
Yeah, that would be great.
could we do that?
And forgive me, I'm not laughing at you. It's just that when you said the county, I'm like, oh, Jesus.
No, it's gonna be done. I spoke to him this week.
All right, cool,
Definitely.
man. Yeah.
I know him, so he'll be all right.
I would escape while you still can. No, thank you. I think we're
Great
good.
presentation, and thank
Yeah.
you for coming and explaining. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.